ओम ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति
ओम ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति
मूर्ति भेद विभागिने
मूर्तिभेद विभागिने
व्योमवद् व्याप्त देहाय
व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय
दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः।
दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः।
सदाशिवसमारम्भाम्
सदाशिवसमारम्भाम्
शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम्
शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम्
अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम्
अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम्
वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्।
वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्।
ॐ सहना भवतु
ॐ सहना भवतु
सहनौ भुनक्तु
सहनौ भुनक्तु
सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै
सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै।
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन
ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं
व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना
व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम्
अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम्
अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवती द्वादशाध्यायिनी
अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्
अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी
ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः
यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुवन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः
वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः
वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः
ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः
ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति
योगिनः
यस्यान्तन्न विदुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः।
यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः।
एषा ते विहिता साङ्ख्ये बुद्धिर्योगे त्विमां शृणु। बुद्ध्या युक्तो यया पार्थ कर्मबन्धं प्रहास्यसि। नेहाभिक्रमनाशोऽस्ति प्रत्यवायो न विद्यते। स्वल्पमप्यस्य धर्मस्य त्रायते महतो भयात्। व्यवसायात्मिका बुद्धिः एकेह कुरु नन्दन। बहुशाखायनन्ताश्च बुद्धयो अव्यवसायिनाम्। We have seen 39th verse, and Bhagavan says, I have already talked about Dhyana Kanda, means Sankhya. Now I will tell about Karma Yoga, and if you do Karma Yoga in your life, then what will be the benefit? Then Bhagavan says, you will be released from the bondage of karma, karma bandham prahasyasi. And from 40 and 41, particularly in 40th verse, Bhagavan has done advertisement, has praised the importance of Karma Yoga and what is the benefit of Karma Yoga. So Bhagavan says, 3 things is not available. 2 things are not available in Karma Yoga. And one thing is Abhikramaha Nashaha Na Asti. Abhikramaha, we have seen yesterday, the meaning of Abhikramaha means effort. Nashaha means waste. There is a no waste what we have put effort to for Karma Yoga. So our effort won't be waste. Whatever we have done, if we have done 20% Karma Yoga, we will get benefit of 20%. 50%, we will get 50%, but it is not like in Sakama. In Sakama Karma, if we Sankalpa, we have done Sankalpa, and that Sankalpa we have to fulfill according the time, according the place, everything. But here, there is no requirement of to be done everything. Because here, we are not focusing for worldly benefit. Here, we are focusing in our inner growth. That's why Abhikramaha Nashaha Na Asti. Second thing we have seen, by performing, by doing Karma Yoga, Pratyavayaha Na Vidyate. There is a no opposite effect. There is a no adverse effect in Karma Yoga. If sometime by mistake we have committed some mistake unknowingly, but there is a no opposite result, Pratyavayaha Na Vidyate. And yesterday we have seen, if we have some migraine, if we have some pain, if we have taken some paracetamol, whatever, but if patient is not comfortable with that medicine, they may develop some allergy, anything. It may be fatal. But Karma Yoga, whatever we do, there is a no side effect. There is a no opposite effect. Whatever we do, Bhagavan will accept as it is. It's called Pratyavayaha. There is a no defect in Karma Yoga. And last, third, Bhagavan says, Asya Dharmasya. Here Dharmasya means Karma Yogasya. This karma yoga can protect Mahataha Bhayat. He can protect us from a great fear. And here the meaning of fear is equal to sansara. And according to Shankaracharya ji, the meaning of sansara is not sitting outside, but sansara, what is in our mind. A thinking process which are not available, which never make us comfortable. It's called sansara. All negativities of our mind is called sansara. We can come out that karma yoga trayate. This karma yoga protects us from the fear of our mind, because when we diligently put effort to perform karma yoga, then our mind will be balanced, and balanced mind is Mahataha Bhayat Trayate. Because when our mind is upset, we are upset, but our mind is balanced, then we are also balanced. That's why this is the third advantage of karma yoga. Karma yoga, even little bit, swalpam api. Swalpa means even little bit. If we put effort to practice karma yoga, then karma yoga gives result of balanced mind, and that balanced mind is called Mahataha Bhayat Trayate. That also we have seen. And then this 41 verse that Bhagavan says, everybody's life, one has to make decision what we want. It is not that we are only interested in self-knowledge, but one should decide what they want, either he or she, in their life. That decision, positively decision, what we have made, it's called Vyavasayatmika. And the meaning of Vyavasayatmika means total clarity about our life, the way of life, what we want. The clarity is called Vyavasayatmika, and one who knows by doing karma yoga, I will get chitta shuddhi. By doing upasana yoga, I will get focused mind. And by listening Vedanta, I will be free. When, where, what, how much it will take time, it doesn't matter. But this is the path. There is no option. Everything we have to go through. This, a certain meant, is called Vyavasayatmika, and that is not multiple. It says Eka, here Eka. Bhagavan says, hey Arjuna, this Vyavasayatmika understanding, the ascertained understanding is only one, because self-knowledge is also one. To get self-knowledge, the path is only one. That's why he says it's Eka. But one who has a multiple notion, buddhyaha, means there are many notions. Who are they? Avyavasayinam, one who is not clear what is the goal of life, what they want out of this life, that person are called Avyavasayinam. And their buddhayaha means their notions. Anantaha, the meaning of anantaha means endless. More we get, more we need something. It's called anantaha, endless. And also that buddhayaha api bahushakaha, multi-branch. Shakha means branch, bahu means multiple. In one tree there are many branches. Same way in one person there are multiple notions. I need this, I need this. It's called bahushakha. Avyavasayina. So in this, the main thing, the important word in this 41th verse is one should have what they want. Otherwise, there is no meaning of life. So, Vyavasayatmika buddhihi eka kurunandana. And now Bhagavan is telling, we will see this now. Next verse of this. Yamimam pushpitam vacham प्रवदन्त्य विपश्चितः वेदवादरताः पार्थ नान्यदस्तीति वादिनः कामात्मानः स्वर्गपराः जन्म कर्म फलप्रदां क्रिया विशेष बहुलां भोगेश्वर्य गतिं प्रति. This avyavasayinam Bhagwan has elaborated more in 42nd and 43rd verse, and we have chanted both. I have chanted both together because this is only one sentence, but there are many adjectives, many nominatives. That's why I have chanted both together. But Bhagwan says there is a one line, Pushpitam Vacham. The meaning of Pushpitam Vacham, if we go in some restaurant, if we go in the mall, if we go some in sale, so it is written, if you buy one, you will get two free. So it's like enticing. It's called flowery. So the meaning of Pushpitam means highly flowering. Vacham means our language. So some people are always pravadanti. They always talk about, they say which type of language? Pushpitam Vacham. And who are they? Then all are avipaschitaha vedavadarataha na anyat asti iti vadinaha kamatmanaha swargaparaha pravadanti. So all these 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, these all are adjective of one type of people. One, and they are followers of Purva Bhaga of Veda. They are not believing in Vedanta. They think only first portion of Veda is only Pramana. But last portion means Vedanta, they think it is not proper, it's mere only Arthavada, it's mere praise. So there are people who always follow first part of Veda, it's called Karmakandi. And these are the adjective of their people. So let me see one by one the meaning of what is avipashchitaha vedavadarataha. Then we will see whole sentence together. Really speaking, the Anvayas, Bhagwan says, He Parthaha, Miss Oku Arjuna, avipashchitaha vedavadarataha, Vadinaha, one who speak, there is no other thing. Na anyat asti. Asti means is. There is no other thing. One who speak like this. Kamatmanaha swargaparaha. These people pushpitam vacham pravadanti. They speak a very flowery language. And what are they people? What is the meaning of avipashchita vedavarataha? We will see one by one. So first is avipashchitaha. There is a one meaning. Suppose we say jnanam, the opposite is agyanam. If we say vidya, opposite is avidya. Same way, there is a one word is called vipashchitaha. Opposite is called avipashchitaha. So if we know who is vipashchitaha, then we will understand what is the meaning of avipashchitaha. The meaning of vipashchitaha is Shankaracharya ji has given one who has discriminating power. About what? So I have written what is nitya, what is anitya. The meaning of nitya is what is permanent and what is temporary. One who has some idea, and one who thinks karma phalam, the result of action, is also impermanent. And if any result of action is impermanent, then that phalam how can it gives permanent happiness? We always seek permanent happiness out of temporary karma phalam. But one who thinks that a temporary karma phalam cannot give permanent happiness. This such type of thinking, one who has, that person is called vipaschitaha. Vipaschitaha, and how we can think anitya karma phalena nityam sukham nasti. If result of any action is temporary, then that result cannot give permanent happiness. This type of thinking is called vipaschitaha, and one who thinks totally opposite of this are called avipaschitaha. They never have such thinking. They think, I do more and more karma, and that karma will give me happiness. I will do this, this will give me happiness. This type of thinking is called avipaschitaha. One who doesn't have discrimination power. That person is called avipaschitaha. And why they are avipaschitaha? So Bhagavan says they are interested in Veda Vadarataha. There are three words here: Veda, Vada, Rataha. The meaning of Rataha means they are totally engrossed. This avipaschitaha, they are totally engrossed. Where? So it says Veda Vada Rataha. So I have written some Bhashyam's line. Shankaracharya ji has written what is the Veda Vada Rataha. So he says, Bahu Artha Vada Phala Sadhan Prakashakeshu Veda Vakyeshu Rataha. Main is Rataha. The meaning of Rataha is here also Rataha. They are totally engrossed, totally involved in what? So again, Veda Vakyeshu, the sentences of Veda. But which type of sentences? So he says, Prakashakeshu. Some sentence they reveal. What they reveal, it says, Phala Sadhana. Sadhana means phala means something to get. So what we say, to be accomplished, it's called phalam. And to get that what we like, we are using something, is called sadhana, means. And what are their phalam? What are their, what we need, what we are desire. So I have written something. There is a one word is given in Veda, sadhana sadhyam. Sadhana means, and sadhya means what we want. Suppose somebody says, I want a house, my own house, then house consider as a sadhya. And what we are, to get that house, what we are doing, even incurring, we need money, we are doing job, all are called sadhana. So somebody is even given, it's given in our Veda, first portion of Veda, if you need money, you do some ritual. There are many rituals are available. Somebody says, if you want a power among society, then you do something. Somebody says, if you want name, everybody recognize you in the society, you do something. So what you do something, all are called sadhana. And this I have written, all are called what? Sadhya. Somebody says, I need a name, fame. Everybody should know who am I. Then this fame, you do this. For good job, you do this. Somebody says, I don't have any children. So say, you do for children, putra kameshti. Somebody says, we don't have this year rain. Then our Shastra says, you do Karini Yagya. There are many yagyas, rituals are available to fulfill our desire. And one who are always thinking about such means and ends, and there are called Veda, Vada, Rataha. Rataha means engross, Veda means our in the scriptures, first part, and Vadaha means they are interested only, means and end. I need this for this, this is the mean. I need this or this. It's called vada, means and end. Or I can say in the Sanskritam, sadhan and sadhya. They are always thinking about, I need this, I need this. It's called Veda Vadarata. And what is the meaning of Bahu Arthavadaha? The meaning of Veda Vadarataha, Shankaracharya is written, Bahu Arthavadaha. So meaning of Bahu Arthavadaha means highly praised. Somebody is written, if you do Agnihotra diligently, then you will get a position of Indra. It's praising, you are fantastic, you are great because you are doing these rituals. This type of sentences are called Arthavada. Even in Mundaka, once in mantra it is written, this type of karmakandi person, he keep on doing different type of yagnas, rituals. When that person has to die, no? If a person dies, then what are he has done, that rituals, Agni, that Ahuti, what they have offered, they becomes like a Devadut messenger, and they will take that person up to Devaloka. Such sentences are called Arthavada. And where is it? So Veda Vakyeshu Prakashakeshu. They all are revealed in Vedas. First part of Veda, this person who is always thinking about means and sadhan sadhya and totally engrossed, that those persons are called Veda Vadarataha. And what they more think? They think, na anyat asti iti vadinaha. There is no other thing, na anyat asti. And what is the meaning of anyat? Means other than this. Now what is the other? So Shankaracharya has written, even I have taken this sentence from Bhashyam of Gita. He says, Swarga prapti adi phala sadhaneshu anyat na kinchit asti. The ultimate goal, somebody says, what you want? They say, Swarga prapti. I don't want anything. I need only Swarga. Somebody says, I don't want Swarga, but I would like to become Yama Prajapati. Somebody says, Daksha Prajapati. So they are interested in only some exalted jiva. It's called Swarga Prapti Adi Phale Shadhaneshu. They think this is the ultimate. Because in first portion of Veda, it is written, if you do rituals, you may become Indra. If you do such ritual, you become Agni Devta. If you do this ritual, you become Vayu Devta. If you remember, in Kathopanishad, Yamadharma Raja says, if you do Nachiketas Yagna, you will get Brahma Padam. But if you do this Nachiketa Yagna with meditation, then you will get Brahmaloka. Such sentences are called Na Anyat Asti. They think there is no other than Brahmaloka, there is no other than Indraloka. It's called Na Anyat Asti iti Vadinaha. The Vadinaha meaning is one who speak like this. Vad, it is a verb. The meaning of vad means vadati. Vadinaha, one who speak like this. There is no other thing like Swarga, Vadinaha. And other, their adjective of this person are Kamatmanaha. The meaning of Kamatmanaha is they always given to desire. Always something and else going in their mind. I need this, I need this. It's called Kamaha Paraha, one who are given to their desires. When we tell like this, there may be a question to desire something. Is it not good? Always people used to ask, I have this desire, so it is any wrong thing to desire something. So Bhagavan says, it will come also in Gita also, but Bhagavan says, it is two type of desire. One, Puja Swamiji says, is a binding desire, And another desire is non-binding. So what is the binding desire, you know? Suppose somebody says, I need money, a desire of money. And that person, for money, he can steal something, he can rob something, he can make fool something, even they can take in here, they can do any type of corruption. Such type of desire is called binding desire. This desire should not keep in our mind, because this desire binds us with punya, papa only, not punya also. But what is the non-binding desire? Still person think, I need a money, but I will get it with legitimate way. It's binding desire. Even Shankaracharya ji has written Bhashyam on Upanishad. Shankaracharya ji has written Bhashyam on Gita, Brahma Sutra. So he must have some desire, no? Some people will read, otherwise why should he write? So this type of desire, even Krishna is teaching Arjuna. So Krishna must have some desire, no? Arjuna should understand. So without desire, nothing can be possible. But that desire is never problem which cannot disturb us. And because of our desire, somebody is disturbed. That desire only is called binding desire. Otherwise, all desires are welcome. Pujya Swamiji used to tell us, keep a galore desire in your mind. Thousands and thousands, but always you keep in your mind, I will fulfill all my desire, but without hurting anyone, at the same time, without hurting me too. These all are, even in 7th chapter, Bhagavan says, Dharma aviruddha kamosmi bharatarshava. In 7th chapter of Gita, Bhagavan says, I am kamaha. I am desire, but which is not opposite to dharma, which is with dharma, all desire are me. So whenever we criticize desire, so we always criticize desire which are binding desire. Otherwise, all desire are fine. If we get up in the morning, if we had desire, we should clean our mouth, we should clean our teeth. It is desire, no? But it is not, anything is wrong. There are many desires, all are fine. But because of which we are disturbed and others are disturbed, only that type of desire we should not keep in our mind. In general, people need 3 types of desire. Here I have written Ishana. Ishana. The meaning of Ishana is desire. In general, people like Lokeshana, Vitteshana, Putreshana. People need, they should be recognized in the society. It's called Lokeshana. Another desire in general people have is Vitteshana. Vittam means money. I need a lots of money. It's called Vitteshana. And third thing, Putreshana. I need a child. Here Putra is both Putra and Putri, not only Putra. So they say, I need a child. It's called Putreshana. So most of people, they keep this type of desire, but it is nothing wrong to keep desire. But this all Lokeshana, for Lokeshana, I should not cut the corners. For Vitteshana also, I cannot do like politicians. And same way Putreshana. So all desires are fine, but it should be with dharma. So kamatma anaha means they are people, they are given to what? Desires. And what are the name? They say Svargaparaha. These all people are Svargaparaha means they think Svargaha eva paramam purusharthaha. This also I have taken from Bhashyam only. Shankaracharya ji says Paraha Purusharthaha. The meaning of Paraha Purusharthaha means one for whom The ultimate goal is what? Swarga. We do say there is a Swarga, but our Swarga is Shene Punya Martya Lokam Mission. It is not ultimate. It's like a, holiday. We are boring in our here hometown. Then in vacation, what we do? We go to some good place. We think this will be good place. There is no problem. There is no mosquito, nothing. Such type of place, same way, Swarga is like that. There is no problem. Everything is fine. But the first portion of Veda, they think Swarga is ultimate. There is no more other than Swarga. Such people are called Swarga Paraha. And such people, what they think, then they think Janma Karma Phalak Pradam. Pushpitam, which type of flowery language they are talking? They say, first they say Janma Karma Phalak Pradam. The meaning of Da, Pradam means one who gives. What they gives, Phalam means result. And result of what? So karma. One who gives the result of our own karma would be what? Then they say Janma. Even if you know that Vaman Avtara, in Vaman Avtara, Bali, Raja, King Bali was doing some yaga. But why he was doing, do you know that story? He was doing that yaga because he would like to become a Manu. Right now anybody knows, but they say there are 14 Manus are available in one cycle of Chaturyuga. In among this, right now is 7th Manvantar. Right now, there is a 7th Manu is ruling. And the name of that Manu is Vaivasvata. And that Bali would like to become a Manu, and he would like to push away this Vaivasvata Manvantare. And that Bhagwan doesn't like. So what he became, so he became that Vamana, he went to that yaga ritual, and he asked 3 steps of land he needs. And he covered everything. But when Bali says, I'm just surrendered to you, you keep your 3rd feet step on my head, and I'm surrendered to you, then Bhagwan has promised. So 8 Manu you will be. So Bali will be the next Manu. So its case Janma Karma Phala Pradam. So this Bali, Karma Phala, he will get Janma. And Janma of what? Then Manu. Then there is a story goes more in. Then Bali says, how can I be alive for a long time? Then Krishna says, Vishnu says, I will take care of you. I will stand outside of your palace and I will become a doorkeeper. So Yama cannot enter. So Bali went inside and Bhagwan becomes a doorkeeper. He was keeping always watch. Now Lakshmi is not in Vaikuntha. She got tense. Why Vishnu is not coming back? Then somebody says Vishnu is now become doorkeeper. He is standing outside. Then she thought, what should I do? Then he can come out from this doorkeeper duty. Then she went inside to meet Bali. And Bali asked, who are you? Then Lakshmi ji says, I'm your sister. And I will tie that Raksha Bandhan on your hand. And Lakshmi ji has tied that Raksha on Bali's hand. And he says, now you are protected. Because Raksha, no? You are protected. Then as a brother, Bali asks, what you want, sister? Then he says, a doorkeeper who is standing out, please really, I need this. From that only Raksha Bandhan has started. This is the story, but this Bali was doing all ritual for what? That Janma. And Janma of what? Manu. There are many people are there. They would like become something, Manu, Swarga, everything. So, karma phala pradam. And what they have to do, it says, kriya vishesha bahulam. It is not easy to get Manu post. It is not easy to get Indra post. They have to do kriya. There are many action. Vishesha, specifically. Bahulam means many. So variety of projects. If I do this, I will get this. So variety of projects means now I would like to become Indra. Then what are the rituals I should follow? It's called project. So there are many projects. And what generally people ask, again I have written what Shankaracharya is written in the Bhashya. Generally people need Swarga. Generally people need Pashu. Generally people need Putra. Here Pashu, in ancient time, Pashu was our currency. It was our money. They don't have like nowadays we have that currency of rupees, dollars. But at that time, if king is happy, he can give 1,000 cows as a gift. So many animals, that person considered to be more rich. So people ask what you need, then he say Pashus. Somebody asks what you need, somebody says Swarga, somebody says I need Putra, Adi means etc. etc. So it cannot come just by desiring. Then they have to do Kriya Vishesha Bahulam. They keep on doing different type of action and action. And what will happen by doing this? What will they get? Bhogeshwarya Gatim Prati. By doing Janma Karma Falapradam, by doing different type of projects, what will you get? Bhog Aishwaryam Gati Prati. You will get pleasures. Bhoga means pleasure. Aishwarya means overlordship or power, whatever we say. When we were studying in Anaikati, Pujya Swamiji says, we have also Aishwarya. Which type of Aishwarya? If some ant, small ant comes, we can do and they can, poor ant. So we are also overlordship. Same with pure mosquito. We have overlordship for small all insect. But Aishwarya means we can rule over the country. We can rule over the whole world. That type of overlordship, if you do different type of kriya, such type of pushpitam vacham vadanti. These people keep on telling. Vacham means different type of language. Pushpitam, flowery. Om yachandasam rishabho vishwarupaha chandobhyo dyamruta asambhavuva samendro. There is a madhu, no? There is some madhumattama. Jihva me madhumattama. My tongue should be like a honey, madhumattama, flowery. Same we say Bhogeshwarya, Pushpitam Vacham Vadanti. If you do this, you will get this. This type of language, they keep on telling. And what will happen? That Pushpitam Vacham will come last. That's why he says, Yam Imam Pushpitam Vacham Vadanti. Such Imam means this. Yam means which this Pushpitam, flowering language, they always keep on telling to people. And they say, I will follow. What you say, I will follow. There are many people, even right now also, somebody says, if you don't have children, you do such thing, you will get children. You will beget children. They follow this. If it doesn't work, then they go some another place. They ask, it's called Yam Imam Pushpitam. What will happen by following such flowering language? Then Bhagavan says, what will happen to them? Nothing wrong to keep desire, but what will happen? Then Bhagavan says in 44th verse, Bhogeshwarya prasaktanam taya apahruta chetasam vyavasayatmika buddhihi samadho na vidhiyate. Bhagavan says, what will happen to them? Are such people, one who is always given to first portion of Veda, and first portion of Veda they consider as the ultimate. Like our Mandan Mishra, Sureshwaracharya, before this dialogue with Shankaracharya ji, Mandan Mishra thinks Purva Bhaga of Veda is only good, is the correct. There is no Vedanta. As such people, what will happen to them? Bhagavan says, Taya, there is a one is a Taya. Taya means by that. By that of what? So by that, Pushpitam Vacham. By such flowery words, and are people, who are they? Bhoga Aishwarya Prasaktanam, who are totally attached to Bhoga, pleasure and overlordship. That those people, Chetasam Apahrutam, their mind are stolen away. Preoccupied. Sometimes, we they Om Sahana Bhavatu. Why? So our mind should be with us only. It should not go away. If people always ask why people are not coming to listen Vedanta. This is the reason. Mostly Apahruta Chetasam. Their mind, those mind are stolen. Apahrutam means robbed away. They are stolen away. They are carried away. By what? Bhoga and Aishwarya. They have no time of thinking of who am I. By such people, Vyavasayatmika Buddhihi. Bhagavan says that Vyavasayatmika means clear understanding. What they want in their life, Samadho na vidhiyate. In general, we say Samadho means Savikalp Samadhi, Nirvikalp Samadhi, but here the meaning of Samadhi, Shankaracharya has written, simple mind. Such people in their mind, Vyavasayatmika Buddhi cannot take place because they are already preoccupied. Now we will see the meaning of this verse. So Anvaya is of this verse is a people, Bhoga Aishwarya Prasaktanam. This is a adjective of a people, ones whose mind is prasaktaha, totally attached by Bhoga and Aishwarya, Taya. It is robbed away, Taya, by this Pushpitam Vacham, Apahruta Chetasam. Already their mind are taken away, robbed away, stolen. For such people, Vyavasayatmika Buddhihi. Somebody says, now you should have goal of to know who you are. Such type of thinking doesn't exist in their mind. Na bhavati. Na vidhiyate means na bhavati. So what is samadhi? So I have written Bhogeshwarya Prasaktana means Bhogaha means pleasures, desires, and Aishwarya means power. The power of what? So I need this. I should be boss of everyone. Such type of something. One who loves both. One who loves pleasure. One who loves this type of power and desire of power. They are attached to whom is called prasakta, asaktaha, prasaktaha of these pleasures. For those person, taya means their mind, apahrutam. Shankaracharya ji has written, achadita viveka pragnana. Achadita means their mind is covered of what? Achaditaha viveka pragnana. Their discrimination power is covered by what? Bhogeshwari. Their discrimination power is covered, is stolen by their Bhogeshwari. I need this, I become I would like to become Swarga in Indra, Vayu. Such thinking is covered our discrimination power. And if we cannot see a sun if clouds are there, same way, if the clouds of such thinking, I need some type of pleasure, I need power, I need money, I need house. If somebody says, what about the Vyavasayatmika Buddhi? So such clarity of life, it's called Vyavasaya, else well certain wisdom is covered by such type of Bhogeshwarya, Samadho. Really speaking, it's the etymology of Samadhi. It says, Samadhiyate manaha yasmat. In some, our mind is totally engrossed, it's called Samadhi. And here Shankaracharya says the meaning of Samadhi is our own antahkarana, our mind, our intellect. And why it is called Samadhi? So he says, whatever we are enjoyed, whatever we have seen, what we have heard, what we have smelled, everything we experience where? So he says, Purusha of Upabhogaya Sarvam, in this, it's called Samadhi. So here, always take note, here Samadho means our mind. Samadho is not that Samadhi, Patanjali Samadhi, but in our mind, this Vyavasayatmika Buddhi na bhavati. It cannot stays, it cannot remain stable because it's already robbed away by different type of Bhogeshwari. Now question, what should be the disposition of person? Which type of mind can karma yoga possible? So next verse, really speaking, now starts a capacity of which type of person they can have karma yoga, they can have vyavasayatmika buddhi. So this is the verse. Traigunya vishaya vedaha nistraigunyo bhavarjuna nirdvando nitya sattvastaha niryogakshema atmavan. But the description of this we will see next time. Okay. Any questions regarding this?
So, Swamiji, I was thinking, the Veda Vada Rataha, current society does not relate to that also. It's not like we know the difference between Purva Bhaga and Vedanta. So, everybody thinks just by going to temple, I'm praying for something, and also even some people go to temple and Lord, I want to be with you and all that. They don't know the difference between the Purva Bhaga and Vedanta. That's a lot of confusion.
Even they don't know what is the meaning of religion, and they don't know what is the meaning of spiritual.
Rituals, yeah.
They think if I am going to temple, I am spiritual. But a person going to temple is not spiritual.
And there are also people, who think rituals are, not meaningful as well. They don't know really what the ritual is before even coming to conclusion why they think the rituals is not useful. So there's a lot of confusion because of current society practices.
Yeah, they don't. Any question? No?
So essentially, as you correctly said, Bhavan is preparing. It's very nicely structured. Give the first highest level of the reality in the first verses 11 to 25. And then even when Arjuna continues the doubts, Bhagavan now says, okay, to make you ready, you need to go through this. That's all we need to tune in right now. Correct?
Yeah, correct. 100%. Anything else now? No question? No question? No question?
Oh. Thank you.
So Swamiji, no classes next week? You're traveling, is it?
Yeah, on Wednesday I'm traveling to Japan.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I will come back on 7th of November. Then we will decide. I don't know on which day, but it's a Deepavali day.
Yeah.
And we have New Year immediately after Deepavali in Gujarat. We have Panchang wise New Year.
Yeah. So
Okay.
just in case we don't talk to you, Swaminiji, Happy New Year and Happy Diwali.
Same to you, all of you. Even tested and happy Diwali.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But I will write to everyone I am going back because there are many people are absent. So I will write it and we will see when we meet again.
Okay.
Okay.
Om Purnamadav Purnat Purnam
Purnamada Purnamidam
Purnasya
Purnasya
Purnamadaya
Purnasya
Purnamevavasishyate
Purnameva Vasishyate
Shanti
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 Harihi
Harihi
Om
Om
Gurubhyo
Shri
Namaha
Gurubhyo Namaha
Harihi Om
Harihi Om